my workshop. Well, what was my workshop? It's been cleared out a fair bit because I'm moving. So a lot of stuff's gone into storage. There used to be a compressor there, and I've still got the bench press, which is quite nice. Right, point of this video, we are going to make a roof rack for the Transit. Okay, so all these bits of metal here. Hang on, let's see where I can get a better shot. Yeah, there we go. All these bits of metal here are going to become a roof rack and a ladder. First thing that I need to do is that I need to sort out these welding rods a little bit better. Didn't film that because I thought, well, it would be a little bit boring. We have a sheet of steel. Yes, one sheet of steel. Okay, that'll be the welding surface. Okay, we have two pieces. Hang on, can you see that? Yep, two pieces of box section, which will be some ladder runs. So when they go on, it will be something kind of like that, I think, or I might weld like that. I don't know yet. Okay, so yeah, then we've got the plates, this plate, so that gets welded on there like so, and then this piece gets welded on there like so. I'm not sure whether or not that will actually, yeah, that actually fits inside there. So what I might do is that I might just slice down here and slice down here and take these end pieces out and actually insert these, or rather this, into that and then weld round it just to make it a stronger joint. Similar sort of thing to a joiner's half lap joint. We have a spare piece, lots of plates, and lots of, you know, 4 rungs for the ladders, and we got these little pieces as well. So as I say, what we're going to do is that we're going to make a roof rack, and we're going to also make a ladder to hang on the back door. Now, the one thing that I do have to say is F1 Sheet Metals out at Alfreton, which is near Nottingham, provided all the materials and cut everything for me as well. If you ask them nicely, they will cut things to size. It does need a little bit of tidying up, but then again, you can't expect perfection. As you can see, we've got some sharp edges and what have you, but it doesn't matter. Okay, that's why we have an angle grinder, and that's why we have electricity. So once these things are all cleaned up, this stuff needs to come off, because as you can see, oh, that's horrible, that really is. Once these are all cleaned up, then we will use the sander to polish it, and then around these pieces, to pad them out, I have these bits, these blue bits here. Okay, see these blue bits. So that will actually provide some protection against the weather. Yes, my old woodwork bench, some weed oil and what have you. My wood burning stove is looking a little bit worse for wear. Got a welding glove there, so I'll chuck that up there. Oh dear. So the first thing that we're going to do, what's this? Oh, that's what it is. It's oil for the compressor. Oh, and grinding paste. Yep, so we got everything. we will just plug this in, and no, wrong one. Oh, that's not happy. Right, whoops. We will have a look at that and see. Oh, we put that in there. Okay, so do I really want that on there? I mean, yeah. Okay, let's see whether. Well, yeah. Okay, so that's going to need a little bit of work. Right, we will turn that on. Oh, look, lights. That's one secret to these things. You need plenty of light. Plenty of light. Okay. So, we will start the cleanup operation. See you in a minute. I'm seriously considering not doing this because, as you can see, it is taking a fair bit of cleaning up, which is a real pisser. Ow! Oh, that's hot. We've tried the flap. Now I think I've got another flap in here as well. Yeah, I am, but both these flaps seem to be knackered. So I'm not too sure what to do next. I think really I need to decide what I'm doing and where I'm doing shit. And I think that's sort of like, you know, my time may better be served cleaning up these edges and seeing how things go then. Okay, back in a few. Is that I'm actually cutting out these pieces. Slice down there, a little slice over there, use the pliers and rive it off. And what will happen is that, right, this is just a leg thing, right, so, and then that will actually hammer onto there, it'll spread a little bit, and then I can run a weld round there and along the back, and that will make a nice strong joint. This is not as easy as I thought it would be, but nevertheless, it is what it is. The next thing to do is then to actually stand these on end and get the plate welded in and then weld it all together. Okay. Quick demo of how this works. So, we use a fairly thick blade. And what we do is let me get that, and there it goes. Check that. Yeah, that will hammer in. Then we turn it around. And we get the pen off of that one there. Right. Then. So. There's that. There's that. Right then, so we God, undo that. Turn that round. Stick that on there. Right, let's pick a cold one. Is actually right, so these are square pieces. We will do that and do that, and then we will strike a line either side, drill some holes, and then use that as a template for those. See this? Right, there you go. Okay, so now we have our template. So we take this over to the drill press. Now, the one thing that we need to do with these is that we need to clamp them down pretty well, which we can do on here. Right, so back in a minute and I'll show you what I've done when I clamped. Welding clamp, holding it all in, that's all locked off. We have the drill bit which is more or less on the cross, so let us see what we can do. And of course, well, of course, the chuck isn't tight enough. So, now I'm looking for that. Right, there we go. Yeah, that's good. We've broken through the first one. And we keep going. There's the second. And we're going quite nicely. And we got a nice clean hole. Right, so now I'll do the other side. To the drill bit with some compressor oil, just to make it a little bit better. As you can see, that's much better. Whoa, we are losing it a bit there. So, yes, that needs reclamping. We should be good. Yeah. Better. Yeah, we got a little bit of movement there, but sod it. I don't care. And we're through to the wall. Right. Bit of welding. So, we take this and we screw that up as much as it will go. Which ain't... Are you closing? No, you're not. You are not closing. Right, okay. So, on that basis, we shall use one of the much smaller clamps. And we will okay, right, so as you can see we have now clamped that on there. Okay, now we want to put that there like so. Right, let's have a look. That's more or less in the middle. Yep. Okie doke. Now we take this and we shall lift that end and put that on there like so. Now that will now hold everything in place. I'm quite happy with, yeah, I'm quite happy with that gap. What about that side? Okay, so nice set square. Make sure it's all square. Yeah, we're all square. Now I need to do some welding, but I'm not going to ruin my camera. The arc flash will knacker the lens, so once I've done some welding I will come back and resume. This one has worked out okay. Now if I line it up on that, was more or less square, but that one hasn't. This one hasn't, and I'm not too sure what's going on there. Right, anyway, as we can see, we've got a nice good weld going round here. That one needed tidying up. I'm most impressed and pleased with, hang on, which one is it? That weld there. Focus. Right, okay, it's not focusing at the moment. Let's try. No, it's not auto-focusing, never mind. But I'm quite pleased with that weld there. That weld has gone really, really well. The rest isn't bad. It's stuck. That's the main thing. Right, so the question is now, how can I twist these so they are going to be in line with each other? Right, okay, I think I have an idea. Right, back in a minute. Work out too great, so what we've got here is that we've got a gap of 2.5, so each one of those should be 2.5, which they ain't. That one ain't. Hang on, I'll try and dig that in. No. So, oh, you fucking thing! Get on there. Stay there. Right. So, we will re-measure, and then we will cut and see where we go. Around, we finally got, I mean, I am actually quite pleased with that weld. Oh, let me see what, focus. You can't really see it, but yeah, I'm pleased with that weld. That one's got plenty of heat into it. You can see the discoloration. Those aren't great. And on the other side, we got a little bit of oxygen in there, but that one is a really good weld. You can see where all the heat's gone in, the metal's melted, and yeah, we've got real good temperature going in there. Those two aren't great. Again, we got some oxygen going in there, we got a little bit of oxygen going in there, but I think that was just blowing out. But we got a nice even weld there. Here again, we got a little bit of a blowout from oxygen, but here we've got nice ripple effect. So my stick welding is actually getting better the more I'm doing it. Now, with this done, the next thing to do is actually put on the steps. That may have to be ground back a little bit, but we're going to about evenly space the steps, and then we do the other side. Okay, so yeah, it might be better to actually do the other side first and then start on with the steps. Right, back soon. Here is the finished ladders. Well, they're not actually finished. What I need to do is that these bits here, I need to bend them round, or maybe cut that off there, bend it round a little bit like I have with these things, and just run a little weld on the side there. I'm not too happy with a lot of these welds, but I mean, that one I quite like. That one's a mess. That one's not too bad. That one's quite good. So yeah, next thing to do is going to be the things for the actual roof rack itself, which involves these. Involves those little bits there. Okay, yes, I know I have a bent finger. A motorcycle accident. So, now, as you can see, this is all clamped up. So, let us begin. And as you can see, yeah, we're doing well. Slow and easy. In fact, I'm going to slow that down a bit, I think. So, what we do is that we do that, we undo that, we undo the other side as well, and I'll be back in a minute. I've changed the dynamics of this, so now I think it should run slower. Yeah, it is. And yeah, the chips are good. Yeah, okay. Again, some nice chips there. coming out. And we're easing our way through. Firm but gradual pressure. Yeah, we've got a couple of little stops as it fights through to the next plate. Still going through. Yeah, no. Oops. There we go. Right, we back off a little bit on the pressure as she bites through. Well, we should be nearing the bottom by now. Still getting nice chips. As you can see, and we are through. There we go. Now, I've got some of this shit, so got a little dab of that on, and away we go again. We're getting good chips, nice curly little things. And we're gonna apply some pressure. Keep on going with the pressure. Actually, this slower speed's working a treat on these plates, although to be fair it is heating them up a fair bit too. Oh, we have a problem. Right, hang on. I think what's happened there is that the drill bit has compressed right to the back. So back in a minute while I reset it. Let's see whether that's made any difference. And we will add gradual pressure. No, it hasn't made any difference whatsoever. Okay, let's try this then. Put some oil on and see whether that makes any difference. No, right. Okay, time to take a few of these plates out. See what happens now. Oh, that's better. Oh, maybe not. Oh, fuck it. It don't matter if some of these are a little bit off centre. Let's be fair, nobody's going to see them. We should be breaking through any second now. Yeah, and we're through. All finished, and they are now installed on the back of the van, which pleases me immensely. As you can see, all nicely installed. And the bolts aren't as straight as they could be, but you know, I mean, yeah, that's not too bad, isn't that? I'm quite pleased with that. They're quite level, it's quite even. So for the actual roof bars themselves. So there. Right, so there we go, and we're all nice and evenly spaced. Right, we've already got our line here, so what we're going to do is that we're going to cut these sections out, so therefore we've got a place to weld on the back, and then we're going to weld these to the plates. Right, back in a few. We have these. Okay, some people are going to say, no, it cut square. Well, I don't give a shit. Right, this is not precision engineering, this is structure. This is level enough. This is, well, the van will lean because it's got suspension, so it makes no difference whether it's square or not. However, dealing with this is dealing with structure. You are strapping things to this that are either too long to go into the payload or are too high to go into the payload or whatever. So it needs to be strong, which is why we have 1, 2, 3, 4 rails, and the rails are over there. That's what we are going to deal with next. My welding setup. What we have is, we have these which need to go on there like so. Okay, then we take one welding magnet, we'll take the screws off the bottom and we offer that up to there like so. Now so that's about even. So that is basically the welding setup. run a weld along here, take the magnet away, run a weld along the back there, and then unclamp, dip, and here's some I made earlier. So, and as you can see, sort of like, yeah, the welding's not bad. It could be better. On some of them it went absolutely perfectly, as you can see. Focus. Nice. But I mean, in the majority, it's not like, you know, it is, yeah. Now, unfortunately, yeah, unfortunately, one thing that I had initially done was that I'd welded up, I think it was 4, which is why these needed redoing. I wish I could get my welding like that all of the time. Never mind. Right, these are front to back. Now, with the screws, I'm going to cut a flat piece on them so they'll actually go straight through there, which means that I won't need somebody on top with a screwdriver screwing them in. I can just screw them in from the bottom. But initially I got these where they should go there, and I got them on that away. So I had to cut them down and regrind them again. Right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 3 of those to go, and then we're ready for some measuring up and to do the main braces. Okie dokie then. See you in a bit. There's my cup of tea. Now, a bit of welding advice. Not that I'm in a position to give you any, but it works for me. See these little marks here? These are actually stripe marks. So what I do is that when I'm starting to weld, so I've got my piece here which I'm welding, I strike there just to heat up the end of that rod, and what I find is that it catches much better. Just a personal thing, I suppose. Right, so the next thing to do is pull out one of these pieces, lay it on the bench, and then measure it and find the centre line. Once I've actually found the centre line, so we are looking exactly 74 inches. So half of 74, half of 70 is 35, plus 2, 37. So I'll just put you down for a second. Whoops. There. So there it is, 37. There's my Sharpie. There. So we are 37, which is right there, and we will mark this all the way around. More or less. Right. This isn't precision engineering. Camera fucking things in the way. So we've marked this all the way around at the midpoint. We know that the van is 60.5. So 60.5 equals 30.25. So exactly 30.25 that way and 30.25 that way is the span. However, as much as it pains me to do it, I'm going to have to get the ladders out and go out there and measure up properly. Yes, not happy, not happy. See you in a bit. This process. Now, earth clamp on there, bracket goes on there, this end will get bent round a little bit, everything's marked up. Got to clean these up because rust doesn't weld very well. We're all cleaned up on here as well. We got all the brackets, so now it's just a case of welding it all up. Yeah, okay, back soon. Oh, my welding appears to be getting better, as can be seen. We got nice flow there, and oops, let's just knock that slag off. Right, we got, yeah, that's good enough. Let's have a look. Yeah, that one maybe needs a bit of work. It should be okay though, I mean it's fairly solid. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Right then, hopefully you can see this. Hang on. Yep. Next thing to do is we've got all these welded up, but anything that goes on here is going to suffer damage from the welding. I don't want to grind the welding back, so I've got some of this stuff. The first thing that we do is that we mark out a piece there and we cut. Okay. Then we slice down the middle, like so, and we slide that onto there, like that. Tie strap, one round there, not that one like that, yep, one round there, and then we will get these cutters, snip that off. Next tie strap goes round there, and then snip that off. There we go. Now we've got some protection. And what we do is that we turn this around like so, and we do exactly the same at the other end. So let's have a look. Yeah, we will. There we is. Tear that off. Down the middle it splits. Put that over there. Do that. Tie strap. Snip. Come on. There we go. There's a tie strap. And snip. There we go. We've got one piece. All nicely done. So we want now set this over here. Right, yeah. One I've just welded, so this stuff doesn't want to go on that. There, out there. In fact, it might be just as well to split these bastards in two. Just like that. Right, need 4 of them. There we go. Doesn't have to be exactly this. I mean, come on, it's a roof rack. 2. Yeah, there we go. There we goes. There we goes. There we goes. There we goes. And split. Now, the beauty of this polystyrene stuff is that it will not rot. And it will provide padding of anything on there. Normally roof bars like this will cost best part of 400 quid. I think I found them for. I've done this for a fraction of the cost. If I include all the electricity, it's probably cost me, well, 70 quid. Of course, this stuff, no idea where it came from. Had it for yonks. Where did it come from? Yeah, I don't know. Like I say, I've had it for a while now. Right. Right, there we go. Oh dear me, I must get her a decent pair of cutters. There we go. Right. There's the second one. Third one. Slice it down the middle. These. Right. Okay. Please. Now, I wouldn't recommend carrying glass with this. But, God, why aren't you cutting? Oh, nice. You won't cut that way. There we go. Spin this around. Right, let's have a look. Got loads of these little tie straps. It helps if you put it on the right way too. There he is. Snip. Snip. Right. Ready. And the last one. Now. That's not bad, isn't that? That has actually cooled quite nicely. So, there we is. Yep, it's all the same. This is all part of self-sufficiency. My wife loves this shit. She'd rather I made something myself than when I went to the shop and bought it. And to be fair, there is a lot of satisfaction in this. When you've actually got something on the roof and you're going to be carrying it, and you know it's going to be safe and it's going to be stable. That's the trick with these pliers. Use the end. The end. Yeah. There's that. Slide that up there. Then out. No, the other way. There's that one. There's that one. 4 roof bars. All done. And ready to carry dead weight. Now, the next thing I've got to do is, out of this, I'm going to make a series of little plates and holes in them. Right, that's all for now. As we can see, all finished. Yes, I know that one isn't straight, but it doesn't matter. And we come back down. And then stepping on is easy. And yeah. So we've got 4 roof bars. Right, and the reason why this one here isn't straight is because there is the bracing piece on the inside for the actual roof, and I've moved it over a bit there to get away from the bracing piece, but oh dear, right, oh hang on, oh dear, right, and as you can see, the ladder works absolutely fine. Now, can I get down? Yep. And as we can see, yeah. Right. Now the van is all ready to rock and roll. Need to get that floor replaced, which is all topped up on washer fluid. Here we have fresh oil, oil filter, and there a new oil filter. That is rad fluid. So, yep. Right, there we go. All done.